The year is 2000. You don't have cable, so you decide you want to pop in a film. You turn on your VCR and you pull out this. Oh, folks, it's time to sing your hearts out, okay? Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Tone Red, and this is the Tone Deaf Chronicles. If you have not looked at the title, I'm really excited because today I'm doing a dream casting of the only Cinderella that matters. And that's Roger and Hammerstein's version, the Brandy version, because there is 2 or 3 versions already out there. I want to make it clear we talk about 1996 or 7s, one of them, that version with the black one. So we'll make sure that's clear. This film was so important, I mean, for obvious reasons. One, because it was the first black princess, and you know that meant a whole lot, especially because she was not just black. She was a darker skinned black woman, and with braids. I feel like I don't think that was intentional, especially because originally they wanted Whitney Houston to be Cinderella, but Whitney Houston was like, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a little older, why don't you give it to Brandy? Which I thought was great, because I was like, Whitney was like older, like why, like I couldn't have seen her playing Cinderella. I think she was perfect for the character that she did play. But we're gonna get to all that. It was also important because it did something that they kind of term as colorblind casting. So they had they really just chose the best person for the character, opposed to really making sure it was like all white or all black. It was just a large just this diversity filled film that I feel like was kind of ahead of its time. The 90s, you know, the 90s were the 90s, but I don't feel like that was really a huge thing, and I could be wrong. But I want to keep that same spirit when it came to my choosing process. So I kind of considered that part, and as well as who I thought would really bring the oomph to these characters, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to let you know that I haven't heard of any type of remake, but if they remake this film, y'all saw it here first. So I'm gonna start off with the least important character and then work my way up to the most important character, okay? So starting off, King Maximilian, originally played by Victor Garber. I really would love to see John Goodman in this role. I think, you know, John Goodman is like Disney royalty. He's played in The Emperor's New Groove. He's played in Monsters, Inc. Well, he voiced those different characters. And then he voiced a character in Princess and the Frog. And so I really would like to see him. Like, I think he will bring a warmthness to the character the same way kind of Victor Garber did, in a way, in a sense. He was more of the rational person, but I really think John Goodman would still bring a certain a good energy to the role. So Queen Constantina, originally played by Whoopi Goldberg, I think should be played by Jennifer Lewis. I love Jennifer Lewis. I think she is a dope talent. I think she's kind of underrated in a sense. The mother of Black Hollywood, I totally think should be the queen, because she's going to do what Whoopi did, but in a different way. Like, still be comedic, but still be queenly. And I think y'all probably think like, but Jennifer Lewis is all out there. But I really think she's an actress. Like, I think if we just tone her down a little bit, but still make sure we're still giving the same vibes, I really think she's gonna do a dope job. So I stand firm on that, Jennifer Lewis. And I know what y'all thinking, Jennifer Lewis, John Goodman, how's that gonna work? But that's gonna make you wanna watch the film, because it's gonna be like, how did they fit together as a couple? Watch and see. Let's watch and see. So then stepping into the stepsisters. So first, Calliope, who is originally played by Vian, I think that's how you pronounce it, Vian Cox. I want to put Awkwafina in that role. I don't know a whole bunch about Awkwafina. I know she's a rapper. I know she's an actress. Just the way she played in Crazy Rich Asians, and how she was kind of like that hilarious kind of friend to the more straight-laced character in that particular movie. I think she could really bring a very unique comedic flair to this role. And to play her sister will be none other than Miss Belle Calise herself. Yes, Cardi B. I know, y'all are like, no. But I'm like, yes, think about it. So Minerva is the character's name, originally played by the late, great Natalie Desselle. Natalie Desselle. I'm gonna say Desselle. She did an amazing job. Like, she did a really good job. She was hilarious. But I think Cardi B kind of being a little bit like how she naturally is in that role, I think that would be funny as Now, as stepmother, originally played by Bernadette Peters. Funny thing about this, they had a hard time casting for this role because they wanted it to be a white woman, and there were no white characters that were comfortable being mean to a black Cinderella. But Bernadette Peters said, "I'll do it." And so the character that I would recast her with is not a singer, but she can sing ish.
A bitch is old today, but I've been told I still got good pussy.
But I think she would do an amazing job, and that is Regina Hall. Now, I really think, so at first I was really trying to find a white character to replace this person, because it was originally played by a white person. But I was like, no. I really think, in 2021, it may not go over as well if a white character is belittling, degrading a black woman or a black girl. So I was like, let's play it safe. You know what I'm saying? And let's go with somebody who also I feel like is kind of low-key underrated, but is freaking phenomenal, is hilarious. Regina Hall, like, she would kill it. Like, I really think she would kill it. I think she would be dope in that as the stepmother. Now we're starting to get into those heavy hitter characters. So Prince Chris, I'm not gonna say his whole name, Prince Christopher Rupert. The Prince. So the Prince was originally played by Paolo Montalban. I'm sorry, I think I said it wrong. But an Asian character who was also a Broadway actor. He was great. Like, he had great chemistry with Brandy. He was awesome. He could sing really well. But I would love to replace him with Anthony Ramos. If you don't know who that is, it is, excuse me, he played in Hamilton. I don't know what character he played because I have not seen Hamilton. Don't at me. He also played in the TV version, or the TV series, She's Gotta Have It. He played Spike Lee's character, which was, dang, I can't think of his name. Was it, no, not Mookie. I can't think of his name. I will say, one thing I thought the cast was missing from the 1997 version was a Hispanic character. So why not make the Prince Hispanic? And Anthony can sing his tail off, okay? So I feel like that would be great to cast him in that. So now Lionel, who probably as a kid was probably my favorite character, but I would want to have Josh Gad. Josh Gad is another kind of, at this point, probably Disney royalty. He played Olaf in Frozen in both of the movies. He also played in the live action version of Beauty and the Beast. I cannot recall the name of his character, but he played. But he, at this point, I would say, yeah, he's probably royalty. You know what I'm saying? But we know he can sing. We know he's funny. And I think he would bring that, because Lionel's character was this big character. He had that big kind of number or song, and I think Josh Gad would really do a good job like replaying that character. I think that's probably my best casting. I'm going to stamp that right now. This is definitely my best casting. If nobody else changes, I mean, if they don't take any of my other suggestions, definitely take this one. Again, they're not making this movie, but in my mind they are. Now, the fairy godmother, played by the late and amazing Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, I feel like she was so perfect in this role. You know, she was sassy, but yet she was, you know, had this aura about her that was very much so like auntie slash motherly slash I'm gonna give you all, I'm gonna help you to show you all the things that make you amazing. She was perfect in this role, perfect. And I think she really played in real life a godmother kind of ish to Brandy. Just really amazing. So it's like, why not just cast Brandy as the next iteration of the godmother? I think make her, you know, do a little bit different. Make her more, because you know, Brandy's more hippie. Make the character a little bit closer to who Brandy is. And Brandy is sassy too, like naturally she's a sassy person. So make it sassy, you know what I'm saying? Make it a sassy hippie type vibe. I'm getting very excited. Just make this happen. Hire me as a casting director, hire me as a producer, and let me do my thing. So I know y'all have all been waiting for this moment. Who is going to be the princess? And I've thought hard and long about this process. I wanted it to be somebody who's beautiful, but I wanted it to be somebody who was younger. I wanted to be somebody who could, you know, really bring that innocent vibe like Brandy did. But I wanted somebody who was definitely black. But I know y'all don't want to hear this long process. But I went through like, well, you know, do I want a dark-skinned woman because I don't want to cast somebody and then they'd be like, oh, you a colorist? And I'm like, no, I'm not a colorist. Like, some of my best friends are dark-skinned. I really struggled, but I really think Chloe Bailey would be great as Cinderella. Hear me out. I know she is light-skinned and Brandy was a darker-skinned woman. And there are other great actresses who could be Cinderella. I actually could be swayed to go somewhere else. But Chloe Bailey to me still kind of, she still has this innocence about her. Even nowadays, you know, she's trying to bring, you know, she's trying to be the sexy Chloe, you know what I'm saying? And it's not hard. I mean, it's not hard. But at the same time, it's still this innocence about her. And on top of that, like her sister is about to be Ariel. Why not do make history and say like, we're gonna have two sisters to be Disney princesses. That would be dope. That would be dope. It'll be easy to market and that would be dope. And she has locks. And I really think like, go ahead and keep that trend going. Like Brandy had the braids. Now the next Cinderella gonna have locks. I think it's dope. Drop the clues bombs like. This is the dopest movie that's not happening. Tell me who would you like to see as certain cast members? And then last thing, tell me what movie would you like me to recast next? Cause I had a lot of fun doing this. This made my day. But I feel like I should have warned myself because right now I'm sad because this is not gonna happen. Please remember that yesterday it already happened. Tomorrow is not promised. So make the next best. I was about to be so good. Make the next breath your very best breath. I love you.